We're on our way to Barnard Castle for a few pints, but we thought we'd stop at the Tam Hill Inn, the highest pub in the UK. Right, we're at the Tan Hill Inn, the highest pub in the UK. We're going to Barnard Castle and we thought, on the way we might as well nip in here. I've never been here in my life. I've been on the A66 loads of times. I didn't know the pub was just off it, so I thought before we get to Barnard Castle, we'll have a pint here. This is the pub you always see on the news, you know, when people have got snowed in and they're there for like 3 or 4 days. I think an Oasis tribute band got snowed in here for a week or something like that. I think a lot of the locals will probably just get a WhatsApp group together and think, oh, bad weather on its way, let's get to the pub. 4 days on the drink doesn't sound that bad, does it? But if it's not the highest pub, it's definitely the most remote pub. I haven't seen a house for 20 minutes on the way in here, so if you're going to come, bear that in mind when you come off the A66. The road looks a bit like it could be like UK's Deliverance. If you break down on that road, you're in danger because there was no signal on my phone. But we're going to go in, have a look to see what the highest pub in the UK is like. I can imagine in the summer this is Belton, with the benches and a few pints out here in the summer. In the winter it's absolutely bollock, that's the reason there's no one here. I mean, look at that for a view. I don't think there's a house for I don't know how many miles. The thing is though, if you get drunk in a pub like this and you can't get a taxi and you're not allowed to stop, you're looking at a bit of a walk home. First pint of the Tan Hill Inn, probably the most remote pub I've ever been to. Pint of Moretti, I thought we'd start off the weekend. We're not far off Barnard Castle, half an hour away. Thought we'll have one here. Don't worry, I won't be drinking driving, just the one, and make our way over. But it's worth it. If you're on the A66, I've been past here 100 times. I never knew this pub was here. So if you're on the A66 between like Penrith and Scotch Corner, pull off and come in. I think they do food and that as well. There's a few people in here. It's only a Thursday and it's a beer garden and I'd say it's minus. So that's probably why it's dead. But in the summertime, this would be great. Sit out here, a few pints. Just make sure you're getting a lift here and back because you're not walking this. No matter how drunk you get, you're not walking this. But no, cracking little spot, the Tan Hill Inn. They've got live music on and stuff, so there must be locals that come here, but I don't know where they're coming from. They must have to travel, unless they just live in a cave just round the corner. I think they do rooms and that in here as well, so that's probably where a lot of the people are coming from. But it's one of them, I'm holding this pint. I come outside just because people are trying to have a meal and stuff. No one wants videoed at 2:30 on a Thursday afternoon, do they? So come out here, have a little look at the beer garden and how remote it is. That's a scan round. If we break down here, we're having a nightmare. But Tan Hill Inn, definitely recommend it. The beer's nice, staff were friendly. I'm going to freeze to death, so I'm going to get myself back in. This was our Airbnb, £85 a night, which isn't bad these days, is it, with everything costing a fortune. Both bedrooms were ensuite, which makes things miles easier, and a massive living space. TV had YouTube, Netflix and things like that. We finally got to Barnard Castle. We set off this morning at 9:30. We've been to Trotter's Farm, looked at some monkeys and some lemurs. The highest pub in the UK, Tan Hill. Then we stopped for food. We've got here at 5:45 at night. It feels like I've had a travel day. You know when you're going abroad, you've been travelling all day, you're exhausted. That's what it feels like coming to Barnard Castle from Cumbria. It's only like an hour and 40 minutes journey. I'm exhausted. But we're going to have a couple of pints tonight, mix it in with tomorrow as well. So we'll see what Barnard Castle's like for a few pints. It's a Thursday as well, so bear that in mind if people are thinking, oh, that doesn't look jumping. It's a Thursday night. Some people work, don't they? So we'll see what it's like. Let's have our first pint in the Golden Lion, Barnard Castle. Get up. First pint in Barnard Castle. The first pint of the day though was in the highest pub in the UK. We'll try and split the G first pint. See what my aim's like. Not bad, not bad. Let's do it at the table. Miles out. I was just laying in it, I think. That's the first pint done in Barnard Castle. Guinness, it was alright to be honest. I wouldn't say it was the best pint of Guinness in the world, but I've had worse, so not too bad. We're going to move on now, see what it's got off. I haven't googled anything. The next bar might be about 3 days away, but I'm going to have a look around, see which bar we walk on to now. Just going past Greg's. Every northern town in the UK I think's got a Greg's. Been past the Turkish barbers as well. There's not many northern towns now that doesn't have a Turkish barbers. But we're going to walk up here. That looks like a pub on the end, post office. But first impressions of Barnard Castle, it's nice. It reminds me a little bit of Durham. You know, Durham's quite posh, isn't it? So that's what it feels like. I just thought that was a bar down there. No, I think it's antique store. I'll give that a miss. Looks like a bar though. So walk up here, see what's happening next. I might be going the completely wrong way. I don't have a clue. If you think there's somewhere to come with the missus though, and you're sick of going to York, Durham and all the usual places, Barnard Castle looks quite nice. It's got the big castle at the front. And our Airbnb, I think it was like, I would say it was like £80 a night, which is cheap, isn't it, these days, for how much things cost. So if you want to go somewhere a little bit different, Barnard Castle, nice little strip, a few bars and restaurants and things, so yeah, definitely worth a look. I've only been here like 15 minutes. I'm saying this now, I'll end up getting stabbed or something, slagging off, but I'm going to go in there, the commercial hotel for one, see what it's like.
Oh yeah, what bloody good is it?
I didn't get my phone out, well not my phone, my GoPro thing out much in there, just because it felt like you're in someone's front room. It was a good little bar, but it's not one of them you want to be getting your camera out. People just got in from work and stuff like that, so I just thought I'll sit in the corner, be quiet, chin me pint and see what's happening. But we're going to move on, see if there's anywhere else. There's a few pubs around here, but I wouldn't know which one to go in next, but there's one over the road there. Three Horses Hotel, right over the road. At least you don't have to walk far in Durham, Barnard Castle to see a pub. And this one looks a bit busier, so we'll get in here. Not bad for a Thursday night, especially these days. So have a look in here. Just bought a pint of Peretti, $5.60. It's not the cheapest pint, man. I was in Blackpool last week and it was $1.75 for a pint. And it was I think the Ardwick's $1.80, so $5.60 is about the price of a pint. But busy for a Thursday. 7 o'clock on a Thursday. Most places are dead. It's just jumping. I honestly thought it was going to be quiet. That back room's chock-a-block as well. I think they do food, but on the Peretti, so that's it. Split the pea. That's the third pint down. We'll move on after this one. Pint of Peretti, just a different pint in every bar, I think. We'll move on. That was a Three Horses Hotel. Bouncing in there, it was chock-a-block. Good thing about it didn't have music on loud either, but I think they do food at the back and things, but it was chock-a-block. So if you're in Barnard Castle on a Thursday, you want a busy bar, what's it called? The Three Horses Hotel, that's the place to be so far. But we'll carry on, still got a couple of pints left in us. But we're travelling for so long today, I feel knackered. You know when you've drank in the airport and on the plane, and you're starting to get a bit tired as well, so you need to get drunk quick. That's how I feel. I think I've only had 4 pints. I feel like I've had about 12. So we'll make our way, well, try not to get run over. It's always a bonus, isn't it? Make our way over to the Coach and Horses. We've got a pint of Estrella. The music's on, so I'll have to be quick, but it tastes alright. This bar looks alright. Doesn't look too bad. Quite busy for a Thursday as well. Sat by the window because I'm a gimp on my own. That's that pint finished, if you can hear me over the music. We're going to move on, make our way back into town. I think near that like roundabout thing. Up here looks deader, so make our way down that way. That was one in the Coach and Horses just back there. Go and make our way back into town now. I think I've had like 4 pints in the space. I honestly think it's... Look at my clock there. It's only 7:30, so I've had 4 pints in the space of 1 hour and 10 minutes. Normally that would be over like a couple hours, so I'm starting to feel it. I'll be looking for a dance floor if I carry on like this. Absolute mess. So make our way into town here. It's just when you're on your own, you just drink miles quicker. There isn't that much to do. You're playing on your phone. You feel like a right loser. So make our way back into town here. See what we'll see what else Barnard Castle has. It's amazing how quick your phone will die when you're on a night out on your own, because you're just constantly on it, aren't you? If you're on a normal night out, you're never on it, are you? So on a night out on your own, I'm just playing with it non-stop. Down to like 7% again. I'm gonna have to start taking when them battery packs out with us, I think, on a night out. Especially if I'm on my own like this. I was just talking there, a woman just walked past me like I just shit on the floor. The dirtiest look ever. She's probably thinking, what are you videoing here, you gimp? I've just went to go home there and to charge my phone up. But you need a code to get into the Airbnb. My phone's totally died because we've got a couple of videos that are doing quite well online. So it just drains your battery. Now I'm going to have to find in Barnard Castle someone that will charge my phone up. If I can't, I'm going to be sleeping on the street, which is an absolute nightmare. So we'll have a look at see if there's any genuine nice people in Barnard Castle. They'll let me charge my phone. We're in the Old Well Inn. They charge my phone up, which is ideal. Otherwise I couldn't get my Airbnb, which would be a nightmare, because you don't really want to be homeless, do you, on a night out? Got a pint, I'm recharging as well. There's live music in that room, but in this room it's just like a little snug area, which is ideal, isn't it? If you're unsociable like me, sitting here. And we'll see you pick up the pubs in Barnard Castle, which we're in now, tomorrow afternoon, so we'll see you then. Beautiful little spot for a walk around. There's hardly anyone here either. Normally if you have somewhere nice like this, it's just ruined with dog walkers, alcoholics, people on spice. This is nice. Ideal after you've had 10 pints, just clear the head. So we're just going to nip out for a couple here. Barnard Castle, I've been here like 2 days now. I think it's great. I always go to York, Durham, places like that. I've never been here before, but if you're looking for somewhere different in the north to visit, come to Barnard Castle. It's got loads of places to eat, coffees, got the castle to walk around, and there's loads of little pubs. So my recommendation to you, get yourself a Barnard Castle, put that on a list of things to do. But we're going to nip here and see if there's a beer garden open. It looked nice from the room, the sun's shining, think I'll go beer garden. I've got a jacket on, I'm still cold, so we'll see if there's any open. Tap house bar just off the main street, looked like it had a beer garden, so we decided to have a look up the alley. First pint in the tap house, just outside. It's nice in the seating area. Friday afternoon, so there's not many people out, but first one. $5.60 again, so it's not cheap. We'll have this couple more. See what it's like in the afternoon. Last night wasn't very busy, but it's a Friday tonight, so it should be a lot busier. See how we crack on. Nearly finished the hells. It's not beer garden weather. I'm freezing, I've got a jacket on. Everyone else has gone inside. I'm sat here because the music's on, so you can't talk. Hells is alright, but I've got like a stein in you and you think, because I drank yesterday, it's hard topping up, isn't it? The first couple. First two, you start sweating, don't you? Third one, you think, feeling alright. Takes to about 4, and then you're like, oh yeah, we're on board again, but first couple, going down like a lead balloon. To me, I think a lot of people from Newcastle, places like that, have retired to Barnard Castle. This is where you come when you've made it in the northeast. Bit of cash, get yourself to Barnard. It's the first pint done, bit of a slog to be honest. Started off alright, and then I think it's the cold. And holding the cold pint outside, my fingers were going to fall off, so it wasn't the easiest. So we'll carry on, make our way around. The old bandstand in the middle of town. It's a really nice spot, just have a wander around. Quaint little streets. Church over there, I think someone just got married. I don't think I've ever been anywhere either that's got so many antique shops. If you love second-hand tat, it's definitely the place to come. I think I've walked about 6 just on this street alone, so if you want something second-hand, come to Barnard Castle. Barnard, I keep calling it Barnard, just been told off 3 times for saying Barnard. That's where we're heading to, the Bluebell. Looks like my sort of scene, doesn't it? I can't imagine what lower class in Barnard Castle's like. Lower class is probably middle class here. It all looks very posh, so we'll go Bluebell. That looks a bit rough and ready. We'll have a look. We'll try and split the G. I've already had one mouthful of it. Miles off. I should be miles better at that. I need practice. I'll have to get out more. Nice Guinness though. And the cheapest pint that we've had in Barnard Castle, $4.60. That's a more reasonable price, isn't it? $4.60. Oh, nice. Might get another one. That was the last pint in the Bluebell, the cheapest as well. I think that was probably my favourite bar. That and the Old Well, because it charged me £4. I don't judge nights out just on charging me £4, but the Old Well and the Bluebell. But the Bluebell, I think it was £4.60 a pint. Cheapest pint that I've had in Barnard Castle. A lot of these pubs though, when you walk in, you feel like everyone knows each other apart from you. I'm going to wrap it up there because I only come out. I got sent to Morrison's to buy some supplies. I ended up nipping in for a few pints. Walking up a hill, that's why I'm out of breath because I'm such a fat mess. I've just had too much giddies. Fairly pushing on my belly. But hopefully see you on the next one. The more we do, we'll get better at it. I still feel like an idiot whipping my camera out in a pub. People just look at you like that. So, but we'll see you on the next one.